Got it. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Allie Bashan. Since Bridget is under the weather, I told her I could talk on this call because she can't talk right now. So just a few things to kind of quickly chat about. We just started today our October challenge chat, and everyone is off to a bang. It's such a good way for the accountability, checking in with everyone. And we are so proud of everyone who has decided to do it. And I want to read through some of the names of the people who are committed to doing this with us all month long. So we have Bridget, Karen Cummings, Brittany Schumacher, Rebecca Breitling, Brandy Gideon, Jessica Kilpatrick Knight, Liz Crowell, Brittany Johnson, Amber Sorosa, Megan Langley, Christie Mastrolia, Gina Lewis, Christy Balduff, Christine Lowe, Michelle Clifton, Mara Lisa Malley, Brittany Hogue, Emily Churilla, Rachel Carl, Melissa Maynor, Nicole Gleason, Kristen Trask, myself, Judy, who we're about to hear from, and I'm so excited to hear from her, and Lisa Paul. So hats off to all of you guys for doing this with us. If you still want to get in, you can still get in. And we are there every day to be accountable for the whole month. And then we also are doing our first tonight. Bridget and I kind of put our heads together, and I feel like our whole focus this month is accountability and checking in and keeping each other accountable. So tonight we will have our first yes ma'am call. And these are structured around weekly accountability meetings, but we wanted to change the name of it a little bit. So we came up with Monday accountability meetings, and then yes, ma'am, we just came up and it stuck and we really liked it. So our first yes, ma'am call will be tonight at 8:00 Central. And it's all about goal setting and more accountability. So just a few quick things for you there. And now we're going to hear from Judy. Where is she? I just saw her. There she is.
Good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Judy Garcia. I am in Washington State. I'm right on the Washington-Idaho border. I have been married for, let's see, how many years? 32 years. I have 3 grown daughters. They're all out on their own doing their thing. And I have 5 grandchildren. And grandchildren are a blessing. I love them to death and spend every minute I can with them. So a little bit about my story. So, oh, sorry. Dang it. Other phone, so sorry. Okay, so a little bit about my Plexus story. And Christie asked me to share. And, you know, it's sometimes hard to think about everything and all the whys you're doing things. And so I kind of try to put it all down into writing. And I've got it in writing, but I'll probably ad-lib a little bit too. So I started my Plexus journey in 2021 because my GI tract was a mess. I was finding myself super malnutrition. My hormones were all over the place. And I kept seeing Christie's post. She kept posting about this pink drink. And I just kept kind of watching. But I knew because of where my body was that I was needing something. I was a little afraid of the fad diet, so I kind of kept sidestepping Christie a little bit. But finally, I was to that point. I was desperate. I had to find something. So at that point, I did reach out to her. I think I bought Triplex was the first thing. Good gravy. My home phone's ringing, my work phone's ringing. So sorry. They're all quieted now. Goodness gracious. So I started taking the products in March, but I wasn't consistent. I wasn't feeling good physically. I wasn't feeling good mentally. I was just in a bad place. So I wasn't consistent. I kind of took them here and there. But, you know, a few months later, July 2021, I ended up with some major surgery. And I really needed help after that surgery, finding my balance back into my body. So My surgery recovery was pretty long, but in August of 2021, the phone call was made to Christie, the reconnection to Christie was made, and it was on. I started with the triplex again, but this time I was super consistent. I told Christie, my upline, I don't need the bio cleanse because of my GI tract issues. Not to be, but we're all safe here pretty much. Every time I ate, I had diarrhea every time I ate food. So I'm telling Christie, we don't need this bio cleanse stuff. I don't want this bio cleanse stuff. So we ended up ordering Ease just on one of my orders because I didn't need the bio cleanse. So I had a bunch of bio cleanse. I had some Ease. The first huge change for me was about, it was about 2 months in. I needed the bio cleanse. For the first time in my life, I wasn't running to the bathroom. I wasn't having to eat. And if we were eating out, find a bathroom close to me. And I got to call Christie and say, I'm taking my bio cleanse. And I just started with the one. And so far, I've only really needed one. I've been pretty lucky. And everything's been moving fine. But that was mind blowing. 10 years of my life, you guys, running to a bathroom. 10 years. And now it's like, whoa, I can do this once a day. Woohoo! Super exciting. So then it's like, then that little second big moment came where I was actually sleeping through the night, unmedicated. When my youngest daughter went to college, she went on a volleyball scholarship, and she was my baby, and she was my first kid to leave the nest, as in really leave the nest and leave the surrounding area. So I had a lot of anxiety going on. And for the first time since she had left and I had been put on some medicine, I was able to skip doses of those medicines. And all of a sudden I found myself sleeping through the night unassisted. It was amazing. So, several months, I was having the wins with the triplex. And I started kind of peeking around at this point at the other supplements that there was, because there was a lot of stuff out there. I think I got some free collagen with my perk points, and I got some of the Joyome face creams. Love them. But the next really big thing for me was in January of this year, 2022, I had knee surgery. I ended up having some nerve damage to my knee. And so nerve damage and that was what they were fixing, and it's pretty painful. And so I started taking Nerve was one of the things that I started taking consistently. But right after surgery, the narcotics were killing me. I just couldn't do them. And so I talked to Christie. I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, Ease, do some loading doses of Ease. Well, I had Ease on hand, thank goodness. And I did 2 days of loading dose, and it changed me. It changed everything. I was able to move on and feel so much better. It was just amazing. That's all I can say. And it was shortly after that I decided to start sharing some of this stuff with my really close family and friends. I wasn't ready to go out there publicly and start sharing. I just wasn't there yet, but I started sharing. And I did my first post in March of 2022. I hit send and I ran away from my computer because I was like, oh my God, because one of those kind of posts, but I ran. But when I came back, my Facebook had exploded. So many people wanted to know about this and wanted to know about that. And I think within a week or two, I hit silver. And honestly, no idea what silver even meant. I didn't understand any of it yet. But here I was. So that was really fun. And so then my husband, I love my husband, but he was always a naysayer. He was like, hockey puck, that's whatever. But he had been struggling with diabetes. And I'm like, just try my pink drink. Just try my pink drink. Well, he started taking the pink drink, and he did it very consistently for about 6 months. But within those 6 months, we also, started watching what we were eating a little bit more, and we started moving. And between those things, he lost, I'm not even going to say it on here, but it was a lot of weight. And he was feeling better. His labs were looking so much better. It was crazy. But beyond all of those things, him and I, we felt 10 years younger. I'm in my 50s. I felt like I was back in my 40s. Wish it was the 30s, but let's be real. Let's do 10 years. 10 years was okay. But we were hiking again. We ride Harley Davidsons, and we were fitting on our Harley Davidson so much more comfortably. There was like room between us. It was crazy. But and this is a little sappy, but we were falling back in love again because we were enjoying each other so much more and feeling good. So that was huge. So then here comes Christie again. She's like, "Oh, you want to go to convention?" And I'm like, "Sure, what's convention? Whatever." So we made a trip of it. My husband and I, we got on plane. We went back to Ohio for convention. And I had no idea what convention was about. I encourage anybody and everybody, if you can go to this year's convention, make it a priority, because my mind was blown. I was just in the lobby where we were all signing up, and there were just people. There was just people and more people. I thought it was going to be this little, I don't know, lots and lots of people. And that didn't even start. Then I walked into the auditorium or the concert place, whatever you want to call it. Oh, and again, my mind was blown. It was crazy. And convention, what did I get out of convention? Number one, I found a new tribe. I found a new tribe of women that love and love hard, and they don't judge. They don't care. All they do, they just love and pour into you. It was amazing. That was my number one. I got to hear from the scientists behind the product, which again was very important to me, as I was kind of a newbie still. I still wanted to learn about the research and how things happen. So I learned a ton there. And then, then the CEOs get up on stage and they talk to you just like, they're talking to anybody. And then my friends all went to the mall. I didn't get to go, but they all went to the mall, and there's the CEOs at the mall, and they're hobsnobbing and hanging out, having, I think, ice cream, and just being alive, being real. That's cool. That's very cool. So convention was kind of a big thing for me. But I came home from convention and I was fired up. I was fired up, ready to go. We're going to do reset. We're going to do all these things. And then I hit a few bumps. I hit a few hurdles, a few little life things. I was struggling a little bit finding my why I'm doing this. And I can't say I've honestly found my whole why that I'm doing this. My big why is I want to help others. I want to help others. Call me, be feeling those good things and calling me and saying, "Oh my gosh, I feel this," or "I feel that." That's my big why. I do work a full-time job on the side of this. I'm not sure which side I'm on anymore of it, because I love them both, but I do work a 40-hour job. I've been in leadership for 25 years now, and in the medical field. And on the current challenge that we're doing, it was accountability. Who needs that accountability? And I'm like, I don't do accountability. I hold myself accountable. It's the kind of that's how I've always been. I am responsible for me, and I will make sure I get done whatever. Well, and then I was reminded this is a little bit of different business than I've been used to, and it's okay for my tribe and others to help me stay accountable. So I'm learning, and I'm still learning my whys, but my big thing is for me, if I can help other people, feel 10 years younger, find a relationship with somebody that maybe they had lost a relationship. Christie and I, my upline Christie, we used to work together, and we'd kind of gone this direction for no other reason, but this has brought us back, and it's just been amazing, amazing, and then the big one came in July. I was with my husband. He drives semi trucks, and we were on a trip. I get to go with him every now and then, and I'm sitting in his truck, and I'm doing the business off my phone, signing people up, and lo and behold, I hit gold. And I had a little cry in the car, I'm not gonna lie, but all my friends, all my tribe, they were there. They were there by me, helping me, guide me. And you know, it's amazing. And don't be scared of the whole multi-level marketing. It's just a thing. Just running. I am learning just run my business authentically and with integrity, and that's what it's about. And loving others, showing others that there's possibilities out there. So anyways, that's good.
That's amazing. And I love your earrings that you're wearing. Those are from convention, right?
Yes, they are. And I didn't think I would ever really need them. So here we are.
Super cute. I love that. I love that you and your husband are falling back in love with each other. So amazing. Love that. And I will say too, when you said you were a grandmother, I was like, what? You don't look old enough to be a grandma at all.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. We're going to move into, we have a Diamond on the call, and I'm so excited, you guys, because I have watched many of her trainings on YouTube before. She probably has no idea who I am, but that's okay. Because the cool thing is, like, we all come together. We are all one Plexus. So we are going to hear from Trisha Reger, and Bridget sent me just a few little stats on her, some info. She's been married to her hubby, Matt, for 13 years. She started Plexus in 2016 and went emerald in 17 months, and then less than diamond, 2.5 years, a little less than 2.5 years to get to diamond. So take it away, Trisha. I'm so excited to hear from you.
Hey guys, the first thing I want to do is ask a question. Can everyone comment in the box what rank you are? Because I was asking Bridget, like, who's going to be on this call? Okay, gold, senior ruby, senior ruby. Bridget told me she had a lot of senior rubies. I was like, oh my word, you guys all need to go emerald already. Like, just do it, right? Okay, so let me say this. I did not clear anything that I'm going to say with Bridget ahead of time. If your sponsor, if your diamond does not agree with what I say, can you please just listen to her? Seriously, I'm just going to share what is working and not working on my team. Okay. All right, Bridget. You're going to kill me after you hear what I'm going to say. All right. So listen. I'm going to tell you quickly what my journey has been. Okay. And then I'm going to go through. So the very final day in Hawaii, they gathered the diamonds together and they said, we want you to tell you what is working and what is not working on your team. And it was very interesting. So at the end of this month, I wrote down specifically for my team what I have seen, the 5 things that we are doing that are not working, and then the 5 things that we did this past month that actually worked. And I wrote it all down because, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay. And some of it, you guys, like I said, it might just be our team, but I want you to at least think about it. Think about it. But first, I'm going to quickly share my journey. Okay. So this is my journey. I started March 2000. Well, I'm just going to say it like this. I hit emerald. Okay. I hit emerald at 1,600 points. I lost emerald for 8 months, went backwards to like 1,200, 1,300 for 8 months. You guys all know Marianne. Marianne is my level 1. She's how I got to diamond, but I actually sponsored her the month that I went emerald. So I had an entire emerald team under me. Okay. Then Marianne started working, but I started losing my emerald team while Marianne was coming in. That's the way it always is. So guys, if I can tell you something right now, please never stop recruiting. Never stop recruiting. It is a huge mistake. Okay. You have to be as wide as possible and have as many level 1s as possible working. It's just the way it is. All right. Marianne came in and started working. I regained emerald, went to sapphire very, very fast after losing emerald. And then I went from sapphire to diamond in 3 months. Okay. The month that I hit diamond, you guys all know diamond is 4,500 points. The month that I hit diamond, I hit 5,100. Okay. So it's like way over. Lost diamond for a year and a half. That has been my journey. Okay. Then they started counting points as welcome packs. And I slowly started gaining diamond back. And then 2020, I went from 4,300 points, which is not ranking diamond, to 9,700 points in about 60 days. Okay. So if you're going to get, this gives me chills just talking about it. If there are two things I want to tell you guys, please hear me out on this. Getting to diamond. Why were there only 100 diamonds in that room at the very end? I understand that some of the diamonds couldn't come, but total, aren't there only like 273 in the whole company? They're the two reasons why there's so few diamonds, okay? To go diamond, you have to have consistency like none other, okay? I don't care how many times you get beaten up in this business, you have got to keep going. There was a day this past week, like literally we were about to go into the end of the month and something happened, which I'm not going to share. Something happened and I told Matt, I feel like I have literally just gotten beaten up and like left on the side of the road. Okay. And I was like, okay, so I have a choice right now. I can cry. I could just like stand here and cry. Okay. Or I can, it's all in my head. It's all here. I was listening to a training this morning from Christina Williams. She said Plexus is 80% here and 20% just skill sets. That's it. But it's 80% here. Okay. So grit and consistency. Grit and consistency will take you to diamond. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to get into my journey, or not my journey, the 5 things that don't work. Okay. And again, you guys might just be my team. I'm just going to say them. Number 1 is posting about the products all the time. Posting about the products all the time. Okay. In March. So for years in my business, I have not been good at duplicating and I have not been good at getting silvers. And I said it to myself every day. I'm just not good at getting silvers. I am a very high recruiter. They released reset and I sold 50 resets like that. No problem. No problem. I'm a very high recruiter, but I told myself I cannot duplicate. I cannot get people to silver. That is my weakness. I would literally tell people that I'm good at recruiting. I'm not good at this. Okay. All right. In March, I said to myself, I'm going to flip the switch. All right. I'm going to start posting. I wonder what would happen if I started posting 70% business and 30% products. Okay. I have a level 1 chat. 2 of them are on here today. 3 of them are on. Allison's on, Kayla's on, Maria's on. Okay. Pretty much all of my workers now, you guys, are since March. Ask me why that is. Ask me why that is. Okay. It's because I started posting 70% and 30%, not 50-50, or even worse, 30% business, 70% products. Okay. But I went to Hawaii. And I sat down with a diamond who makes double what I make. And she said to me, I only post business. It's not 70-30. It's 100% 0%. She only posts business. Okay. She has posted about reset 1 time. She has talked about reset 1 time. All of her level 1 through 3s, you guys, are business builders. They're all business builders. She makes like literally at least double what I make. At least. She told me her points and I was like, holy cow, you have how many points, right? And it's not a big name. It's not a big name diamond. Some of you probably wouldn't even know who she is, okay? But it's because she posts about business. All right, not working. Number 1, posting about the products all the time. Number 2, high recruitment for the products. That's me. High recruitment for the products. It does not work. I talked to Amy Paul. She said high recruitment for the products, you guys, is sand between your fingers. They will be gone. They will be gone, okay? Number 3, scrambling at the end of the month to recruit people for the products. Are you guys hearing a theme? This is me. So let me tell you one more part of my journey. Matt went Emerald 2019. Okay, so I went Diamond 2018. Matt went Emerald 2019. Okay, he was at 2,100 points for a while. He lost like everybody. Big long story, right? Okay. I've been fighting for Matt to regain Emerald. He had regained Emerald once this year. And then at the end of every single month, he would wake up to 1,400 points. And I would work like a lunatic, you guys. And I would sign all the people. Which is why I was signing 20, 25 people a month. Like I was just signing everybody. What happens? The next month, I would wake up to the same amount of points, Are you guys hearing this? It's so frustrating. Okay, not working. Number 4, inconsistency. You cannot skip days in your business. I told Kayla, she's on this call. I said for the first 3 years, and I understand some of you do not want to do this. I'm just telling you, if you want to get up there, okay? For probably the first 3 years, I took off Christmas, okay? My downline will tell you this. They know this about me, okay? Now I religiously take off Sundays and I set boundaries for myself because I've been doing this a long time. But guys, for the first few years, I worked my business like it was a business. It was my business, okay? You have got to work it like a business. Inconsistency does not work. And number 5 is not being coachable. Please hear me on this. Guys, if Bridget, if the other women on this call, if they are successful and they are a rank that you want to be, and they tell you to stop doing something or to start doing something, you have to listen to them. End of story. End of story. You have to listen to them. They know what they're doing. Okay. So Jennifer Cobb, who is under Marianne, she's another diamond. When she joined, she needed to make $1,500 their first month. They had no money. She needed $1,500. She came in and she said, Marianne, they were total strangers. She said, I need to make $1,500. And this is what Marianne said to her. You ready? She said, you are going to do everything I tell you to do, and you will make $1,500. Jen did everything Marianne told her to, and she made $1,800. Okay? You have to do what your sponsor tells you to do if they are successful. If they are not successful, it doesn't matter, right? But if they're successful, you got to listen to them. All right. Those are the things that are not working. Here are the things that are working. Are you ready? Number 1, you have got to trust me on this, guys. Even if you don't believe me, even if you do not believe me, please just try this for 1 month and see what your business does. Just 1 month. All right. Or better yet, try it for 6 months or 3 months like I've been doing. And then you see how things start picking up if you change what you're doing. Number 1, talking about the business at least 70% of the time over products. Okay. Okay. Number 2, creating FOMO about your team. And I'm not just talking the trips. When I joined you guys, I did not want to go on trips. I still don't love going on trips. Okay. This is what I mean about FOMO, the community, the daily. I'm not talking about 1 trip to Texas, 1 trip to Hawaii. I'm talking about the daily. Okay. So at the end of the month, my team was going crazy and we were posting all the jiffies and the rank ups and who's earning an Apple Watch. And I screen recorded just me scrolling our business chat and I posted it with inspiring music and inspiring speeches. Okay. FOMO, people want to be a part of this. All right. Number 3, these are the things that are working. Number 3, 3-way chats. 3-way chats. All right. And make sure that you have a person who is very confident and good at closing present in the 3-way chat. You will close all the people. All right. Number 4 is being present. Same thing with inconsistency, you guys. Being present, it's not optional. Being present is not optional. I can watch other leaders in Plexus's stories and their Facebooks, and I know if they're working or not. I know it. And guess who else knows it? Their team. Their team. And what I've heard from day 1 in Plexus is your team will not work harder than you will. If you leave the last week of the month and you're not there and your team says, well, looks like Trisha hasn't checked in for a week, why will they work? If they see that Trisha's not earning the Apple Watch and Trisha's not getting any jewels or any leaders or any silver, why would they? Right? All right. And then last thing, guys, is belief building and vision casting. And 80% of your time needs to be spent with 20% of your people. And this is very hard for me because I don't like leaving people behind. But if they're not showing up and they're not loud in the chats and they're not coachable and you tell them to do things and they don't do them, then you have to say, I have a very limited amount of time. Bridget and I have talked about this before. Bridget has kids. I have kids. You guys, I want to be available. But what I mean by available is I want to be available for my team and I want to be available for my family and my kids, right? And the only way to do that is to be so picky with the time you spend on your phone You have, yes, exactly. This is a business. Okay. So 80% of your time with only 20% of your people, that 20% will take you where you need to go. All right. All right. And here are my results. You guys are like, I don't know about you, Trisha. I'm going to share with you my results. Are you ready? Okay. In March, I believe Matt ended like 1,100 points, maybe. Okay. He's never dropped below 1,000, but maybe like 1,100, 1,200. Okay. Last month, he woke up on the 28th to 1,395. He ended 1,532. So yes, he re-ranked Emerald. He's only re-ranked Emerald, you guys, like twice in the past 2 years. Twice in the past 2 years. Okay, 1,532. But here is the best part. 10 rank ups. 10 rank ups. Between Kayla's team and my team. Kayla's my new girl. She's leading our Zoom tonight for our team. You guys, we had 6 silvers, 3 senior silvers, and Kayla hit gold at 187 points. And this month she's going for ruby. Okay. So trust me on this, you guys. Share the business opportunity. Share the business, share the business, share the business. I don't care if you made $20 last week, $20 last week. You post about it. You don't need to say $20. You say what you did with it, what you did with it, what you did with it, what you did with it. People need money now. Women need, okay, I'm going to finish with this. We need to normalize making money while we're sitting in the parking lot while our husband is in Home Depot buying lumber. We need to normalize us working on our phones and making money for our families while we're rocking our baby to sleep. Okay. I remember Megan Goff said she would be always like breastfeeding with one hand and ranking up and doing all the things in the other hand and providing a way for her family's future. And that's all I got.
That was amazing. I feel like you just spoke directly to me. Like if no one else on this call took anything away from it, I feel like you just gave me so much hope because I've said the same things about myself. I'm a high recruiter, but I'm like, I can't make silvers. And now I'm like, oh, okay, we shift it and then we just go. So thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. And I think I will make some tweaks based off what you said is working. So thank you so much. That was so good. So thank you for your time. And last, guys, we're going to hear from Christie Mastrolia about our collagen. Go ahead, girl.
Thank you. Well, I'm super fired up. This call has been amazing. So hi. Okay, I want to share about collagen because it is the product of the month and it's the beginning of the month. So why not educate on what the product of the month is and why it's so awesome? So the collagen, I have personally loved it because I can mix it in with my pink drink. I can mix it in with coffee, or I can mix it in with my lean protein shake. And it's like barely got a vanilla taste at all. Like it's so subtle. It's not like bleh, gross. It's not gaggy, nothing. It's really great. So I took some really good notes. I was like doing all this investigating on like the antioxidant blend and stuff. So I want to share why collagen is awesome. So we talk about support, boost, and maintain. So support healthy hair, skin, and nails. The types of collagen are types 1 and 3. So they pair together really well. For skin, hair, nails, they're basically like sidekicks. Boost, enhance natural ability to produce collagen. And maintain, keep more by stimulating new collagen. So we're not losing it all and trying to make up, like we're actually maintaining and boosting. So that's really, really exciting. It's types 1 and 3, like I said, wild caught, marine, and grass-fed bovine. I was doing some research because I have a few friends that are vegetarian. And I'm like, I know I've heard of like vegan collagen. So I'm super curious. I was doing some digging in and about some of the amino acids and the collagen promoters. But it was very interesting what I was finding. Like, yes, there are antioxidants, amino acids, but it's very much like a maintain, not so much a boost. And so I thought that was really interesting. I'm going to do some more research because I feel like that would be a big value post to share, because I want to know, what are we spending our money on? Are we getting our money's worth? Is it actually doing what it is showing to do based on the label and the name and the marketing stuff, right? I want to know. I want to investigate that. It contains a prebiotic fiber. I typed in how to pronounce this because I didn't want to butcher it, and it was the most monotone YouTube, and it did not help me. But it's called fructooligosaccharides. for anybody that wants to know the specific prebiotic fiber that's in there. I thought that was awesome. Improves elasticity and hydration, smoothness in 15 days. You guys can expect to see results in 15 days. I know a lot of us love our hair. I get to get my hair done more often because the grow-out is more, my nails are strong, my skin feels so good. And guys, I have a lifelong of eczema, so having clear, plump, moist, like well-hydrated skin, it feels so good. There's biotin in it, collagen peptides. It's easily absorbable, and the scoop is like itty bitty. It's not this big, massive scoop. It's small, and it breaks down and mixes in really well. The antioxidant blend, I broke down every ingredient. I'm just gonna zip through these and just share the benefit of each antioxidant component in here. So there's lucuma, which can help fight against heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. There is pomegranate fruit extract, so reduce oxidative stress, inflammation in our arteries. It can lower blood pressure and help fight the plaque buildup in our arteries. So this is what each component in the antioxidant blend can do, okay? Asparagus shoot is a great way to ward off everyday toxins, so that's rad. Arabica, I'm probably saying this way wrong. Coffee fruit extract is a rich source of ferulic acid, which repairs and protects skin cells, skin inflammation, and brightens the tone. So we all love that. Quercetin is great for reducing swelling, controlling blood sugars, and helping to prevent heart disease. Acerola fruit, vitamin C, leads to younger looking skin. Woohoo. Camu is great for vitamin C and flavonoids, inflammation, blood pressure, and blood sugar. And then the last is acai fruit extract, which is great to reduce swelling, lower blood sugar levels, and stimulate the immune system. So those are all components of the antioxidant blend that is used within our collagen. Again, the types 1 and 3 are really there to target hair, skin, nails, the skin elasticity, hydration, and all of that. But it is a phenomenal product. I'm ecstatic to get those extra perk points. If you add it to your sub, you get 50 extra perk points of the month. So 100 PV sub or more, your collagen is in there, you're gonna get an extra 50 perks, which means you're gonna get a free product even faster. That's what I have on the collagen.
Thank you. I love the collagen. I will say I'm one of those people who don't eat any meat. I'm not a full vegetarian, but I don't eat meat. So I was so nervous when our collagen first came out that back when they had those little sample size ones that you could do, I did 3 days worth of those to see if it would bother me at all. And it does not. I have zero issue with our collagen. I take it every day. I ordered it this morning, actually, because it works so well. I can tell such a difference in my nails. And like Christy said, my hair. I feel like I'm constantly having to color my hair. Okay, but that is it. And I think we are all good. And hopefully we'll see some of you guys tonight on our Yes Ma'am call. Okay. Bridget, I can't end the call.
Hi, everybody. That was amazing. Thanks, Allie.
Bye.
Thank you, Allie.
You're welcome.